In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add or edit or remove a column in Jira, right? So I'm going to go straight to showing you how you can do that. So right now, if you look at my board, I'm on the backlog view. This is the active sprint view. So to edit your board or the column, you have to go to your backlog view. Once you go to your backlog view, then you go to these three ellipses here, or these three dots, and click on Configure Board. So it's going to take you to this page. The next thing you do, right on the left side here, you have Layouts. Click on Layout and then click on Columns. Once you're on your columns, you're going to see all the different columns that you have for that board and all the associated statuses that are related to the board. So what happens here is that you have to make sure that every column that you want to have on your board has an associated status that is, linked to it. If you do not have a status that is linked to it, you will not be able to see that column on your active Springboard, even if you have added that column, right? So you have to be aware of that. So well, right here, these are all the columns that I have on here. And if you look at the left-hand side, you'll see that I have statuses that have not been mapped yet to those columns, which means that, whenever I create a column, I can always pick any of the statuses and match on that column, right? So that when my team members update their ticket to any of the statuses, then it's going to move to the appropriate column that, that ticket needs to be in. On this board, in order for me to add another column to this board, I'll go right here to the right-hand side. And let me say this, I have a free Jira, right? It might look a little bit different on your own board because you're using maybe a paid Jira that has more configuration or more features or functionalities on there. So be aware of that. On my board that I've used in the past, paid boards, you'll find this on map statuses on the right-hand side. And then you also see here that add column instead of the plus sign. They are all the same thing. So no matter the board that you're using, just be aware of that. So for me to add a new column, I'll go right here to this plus sign and hit create column, and then I'll add the name of the column. Now I already have, a column. I already have enough columns. Let me add one more column that I already have a status for. So let's do a column for blocked tickets. I already have a block status. I'll type the name of the column that I want to have there, and then I'll click on add column. Okay, so right here, you see that it already even automatically moved the blocked to the column. You see that? Wow, this is amazing. Before it wouldn't do that. You have to manually move that. But it already recognized that status, and so it already moved that status over. So that is amazing, right? So yeah, these are all the columns that I already have here. So I've added the blocked column. So, but I don't want to have my blocked column after testing, right? Usually the blocked column will always usually come before def complete. So in order for me to move the status all the way here, all I'll do is click on the status. Once I see that 5 fingers on it, and then I'm going to drag it to where I want it to be. See, so you have to drag that column there to place it on the appropriate area. So we have in progress, you have blocked, we have def complete, we have testing, and we have done. So these are all the different statuses that I have. Some teams also have, status. Let's just say, for example, if we have a status as complete and some of my team members are actually placing their statuses on their tickets as complete instead of def complete, guess what? You can also move this status by clicking on it. Once you see that 5 finger, you can drag it. You can also move that and place it on the def complete column here. And so whenever they change their tickets to any of the statuses, it's going to move to the appropriate column on the board. You see, I had this experience a long time ago where because we have so many teams and sometimes the board gets configured or some team members in other teams will add different statuses and then it shows on your board. If your team members make a mistake, sometimes they will go and use those statuses that you don't use it on your team. And then what you will notice is that the ticket will disappear on your board, right? And you start to ask yourself, okay, where did this ticket go? The trick is that because that column or that status is not associated to any of the columns on your board, then that's why that ticket disappeared because it doesn't know where to go on this board. You just have to make sure that whatever statuses that your team is using, it's actually part of the statuses mapped on the appropriate column on your board. Hope that helps. So that is how you're able to make all the edits on your columns, add, or if you want to delete, it's easy. You just click the delete button here and you'll be able to delete whatever column that you don't want to see anymore, right? So, and if you want to also create statuses, I know this is not part of the video, but yeah, all you need to do is go here, add status, click on that, write a name that you want to have as a new status and create that status. That's it. So hope this is helpful. If you like our content, again, please support us. Our goal is to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. I know that's a big goal, but I know with you guys, we can get there. So thank you so much and see you in our next video.